This is Etude number 3 in a series of 10, and I'm just going to play the piece for you first and then talk about it afterwards. So this is Etude 3. Okay, so this is similar to the first piece in its form and its melodic content, but now we have the dotted rhythm. We have a dotted 8th and a 16th, which is such a big move in mid-19th century music. So that means the first note is a little longer and the second one is a bit shorter. So it goes tut 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 tut. Okay, and also dealing with playing two notes on adjacent strings like the first and second string for these little dropping note passages. Okay, so even though that's an E and a C sharp, a lot of times you'd play it like that, but this move keeps that same shape and it'll keep the timbre of the notes very much the same. You hit that with a strike. Okay, and that move where you're playing those comes in handy when you're playing up higher a lot, because a lot of times you have those phrases where it's moving in what you call thirds like that. That's the interval of a third, and it's either a major third or a minor third, and that will you'll see that even way up high. It helps you keep those in tune when you're playing up higher. So if there's a way to make something be kind of the same and have a little bit of continuity to it, you look for that opportunity and try to do that. So Converse really defined that in the 1886 book, even though it's implied in a lot of earlier works. But Converse did that, I think, in several of those pieces, especially I think the Tuckapaw Jig it was. So then the second part goes to the parallel minor, same way we did the first piece. So you have almost the same motifs, but going on the parallel minor. And then the third section, you have chords, and we're also jumping up to a higher position. We're going up as high as the 10th spot there. Okay. So that's the same note there. That's an A up high there, and we descend down the scale from there. And striking on the first or the 5th string when you do that. Okay, so the first chord is a brush chord like you see in Briggs Corn Shuckin' Jig, and then a strike, and then we do a chord up on in the 5th position, which is a new little lead. But so often you're playing chords in the 5th position there, and even higher. So that's a good place to start to see if you can get those two chords in tune. Okay. And here's a little tip, I think, to help make your chords be more in tune, is don't linger on them too long. Okay. Think of the percussiveness of the banjo, where you can get on and off it, and if you're not quite in tune, it's not lingering as long in the listener's ear, and you won't notice the out-of-tuneness as much. So you get a little more grace that way. Okay, instead of, because the fretless banjo is so difficult to play in tune perfectly all the time. Just use the banjo and just be a little shorter with them. Then you got that move with the kind of the same thing again there. And then I'd use a strike there with a hammer stroke, and then you look for the opportunity to make a strike there on the 2nd and 1st string. That's another example of using those inner voices, and then end with a strike there. Okay, so that is Etude 3.